5 seconds. Delivering the first convocation of the Northeastern Hill University, the Chancellor said, I deem it a pleasure to participate in this convocation. The hills and forests have attracted me, and this region is one of the delightful parts of our country. The beautiful landscape is matched by the colorful costumes and the customs of the people, who are best known for their friendliness. I was going to say, the weather is also perfect, but the Vice Chancellor spoke too soon about the sun coming up. A decade ago, the Education Commission reported the functions of universities as follows: to seek and cultivate new knowledge, to interpret old knowledge and beliefs in the light of new needs and discoveries, to provide the right kind of leadership in all walks of life by cultivating physical fitness and developing the powers of the mind, right interests and the moral and intellectual values, to provide society with competent men and women who are trained in agriculture, arts, medicines, science and technology and various other professions, who are imbued with a sense of social purpose, and to promote social justice and to reduce social and cultural disparities. This is a summing up of some objectives of higher education. What it does not mention is the fostering of responsibility. Education is a process of training the various faculties of a person, enabling him to achieve harmony between them and to become more keenly conscious of the responsibility to his country and to humanity as a whole. It is not merely what you learn, but how you use your knowledge and what sort of person you become. The modern educational system in India has drawn inspiration mainly from the Western model, stressing individual advancement. It has become a means to a degree or other external criteria for an employment. The main emphasis has been on getting and not on giving. Concern for and cooperation with others and feeling responsible for corporate welfare has been comparatively neglected. The truth is that the more you offer to life in thought and in action, the greater your opportunities. The more you serve not to yourself but to your country and your people, the greater will be your contentment and sense of fulfillment. But with all its limitations, our educational system has produced an impressive number of public spirited and talented men and women since independence. Expenditure on education has increased, and the educational system has been imbued with a deeper social purpose. It has opened its doors to backward regions and the strata of society which had earlier been deprived. It has brought social mobility in a static body. That is why, although prudence demands limiting the number of admissions to colleges, so far we have not followed a restrictive policy. It is essential for national well being to break the old walls of the privilege and ensure that new hurdles do not obstruct the progress. Education and employment have led to a new consciousness of national unity. A young person born in any part of the country, however remote from cities and centers of industry and commerce it be, should consider the entire country as his. Impressive institutions have been built for research in the natural and social sciences. Increasing attention is being given to vocational and technological training. In fact, in certain branches of technology, we are virtually self reliant. New initiatives are being undertaken to adapt technology to the needs of rural and hill areas. I am told that there are no facilities for graduate and postgraduate studies in agriculture or animal husbandry. I welcome the proposal that the Northeastern Hill University should establish a College of Agriculture and Animal Husbandry. The University Grants Commission and the Indian Council for Agriculture Research will set up a joint team to go into the details and frame concrete proposals soon. The old Indian concept of education went far beyond formal education, for it aimed at creating better men and women, stretching their capacity and awareness to the utmost. There are as many definitions of education as there are people. To my mind, education is the spirit of inquiry, the ability to keep one's mind and heart open to beauty and goodness. Indeed, all that surrounds us, to be able to think and judge for oneself. Education should inculcate a lifelong habit of learning And today, this is all the more necessary because the corpus of knowledge is increasing at a tremendous pace, making obsolete what one has learnt. Every nation must constantly reconcile the claims of continuity with the compulsions of change. Change is inevitable. If we do not meet it halfway, it will overwhelm us. We have to reconcile immediate needs with future welfare. We have also to reconcile national unity with local diversity. It is generally thought that uniformity strengthens while diversity weakens, but our own national genius has been to build strength in diversity. In the early years of Western education in India, the so called educated tended to be rather ashamed of their own tradition. We were constantly reminded of the salutary aspects of dead habit. Later, there was a rediscovery of the essence of the old culture, and with it grew national self confidence. I am glad to see that most tribal people respect their own distinctive inheritance of song, dance, craft, and costume and are anxious to preserve and revive these while taking advantage of the intellectual and technological benefits of what is known as modernity. This is in consonance with our own efforts to inculcate in each person pride in his local tradition, in national culture, and in universal heritage. People without identity or roots are misfits anywhere, but we must so train our minds and emotions as to avoid conflict between these loyalties. These have been periods when the urbanite tended to look down upon the villager. Many in Western denigrated anything belonging to alien cultures, and people in our country were totally ignorant of our tribes. But the sophisticated person of today is beginning to appreciate the beauty of the wild and the quality of simplicity and has a growing interest in others. Modern culture is not concerned with the dress and mannerism but is a way of thinking. I wish this university success in all walks.